Touray and Jacob Mendy are going up with their clubs to League One. Mofal, the Gambian hopeful, cannot stop scoring. Yankuba Minteh has been nominated for the European Golden Boy Award, the award given to the best under 21 player playing in Europe. Ali Sow continued to impress for Ankara Gucci. Haruna Rasinjai made his debut for RFS in Latvia. And Yusuf Njai, you remember him, guys? He is back in the goals, scoring a brace for his club Al Makia and creating an assist. Those are the headlines, guys. Assalamu alaikum, Bokai. Welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel, the home of Gambian football. I am Chama, and this is the Scorpions Weekend Recap. First of all, guys, I would like to apologize for the video being a little bit delayed, because usually the weekend recap is usually out by Monday or latest by Tuesday. This time I'm recording on Wednesday, and I've had nightmare in the past in this week, because I recorded on Tuesday. To be honest, I recorded the video, but there were a lot of interruptions because my kid was coming in and all whatnot. My wife was sick, so he could not take care of him, so I could not have the opportunity to do a proper recording. So I just trashed that one out and decided to record again earlier in the morning today. When I recorded, my audio was not on, the mic was off. But then, yeah, I say I have to do this recording. I don't know why I'm having all these hiccups along the way, but we have to do it nonetheless. And I'm here recording again, guys. Sorry for that. So without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the discussion. We start in England this week. Ivo Adams, he continued to impress for his club Derby County. They are very close to gaining that illustrious promotion that they have been looking for. Derby, they have been all the way up to the Premier League at some point, and now they are down in League One. Now they are trying to, find their way back up. And it is looking like that this season they will get promotion. They will gain promotion to the championship, back to the championship. And Touray has been a huge part of this. He joined them in January on loan, and he has really impressed. He has started every single game since he moved there. This weekend they played and they won again 3-0. Ivo Adams was involved in that one, and he was very impressive in this game. He played almost 90 minutes of the game. He was substituted in the last minute of the game, to save his legs after the team has already led 3-0. And elsewhere, results went their way, because Bolton Wanderers, who are third in the table, they were playing against the top club, which is Portsmouth. Portsmouth have already gained promotion to League One, but the second place is up for grabs. Two teams from League One gain promotion to the championship, and as it stands, it's advantage Derby County, because the draw between Bolton Wanderers and Portsmouth meant that now Bolton are 4 points behind Derby County, Bolton having a game in hand. So if they win that game in hand, it's just 1 point between them with only 2 games to go. So if Derby win their next 2 games, they will gain that promotion to the championship. And I will not be surprised, guys, if Ivo Adams happens to stay there, because he has found a home finally in a higher league since he left Forest Green Rovers. Since he moved to Cardiff City, it was quite difficult for him, because he got an early, very, very bad injury. And then the manager who signed him at Cardiff was not there anymore when he came back from the injury. They have changed manager 4 times at Cardiff during his short time at Cardiff City. And different managers favors different type of players. Different managers want different type of players, and that did not work out for him. That's why he went to Derby County in search of playing time. And since he's been at Derby, it has been a change for him. He has impressed very well, scored some very important goals for them, created some assists, and then since he's been there, they have been doing really, really, really well. The fans love him, the coach loves him. So it would be surprising if the club, they are not doing everything possible to keep him. And the fact that they are moving to the championship, where, was the target for him in the first place, because when he moved to Cardiff, he was trying to move up the ladder, because that season, actually, Forest Green Rovers were supposed to move up to the League One. We are moving to League One. But, that was not enough for him. He decided to move to Cardiff, take a couple of steps forward, and then it did not work out there. So now that step that he initially wanted to take has presented itself this season. Hopefully, Derby will find a way to get those 2 wins in the final 2 games and then gain that promotion. Elsewhere in England, which was a bigger headline, was Ibu Touray rather, and Jacob Mendy gaining promotion from League 2 to the League 1, which is big for them because Ibu Touray, first of all, he played for Salford last season and they were very close to gaining that promotion. He captained them last season. They went all the way to the playoffs and they were eliminated by Stockport, who also got eliminated in the final game and lost the final playoff spot. But Stockport did not stop there. Stockport were more ambitious, unlike Salford, because Salford this season they are struggling. But Stockport at the start of the season was the team that was tipped to gain that promotion, to be the favorites to gain the promotion from League 2 to League 1, and they did not disappoint in that regard. They signed all the good players. They had a very good budget, to be honest. I listened to some podcasts before making this recording. I was listening to podcasts talking about their promotion and how they were the favorites at the start of the season, how much budget they had, how much they were buying players or important players, bringing them into their team. And Ibu Touray, we remember last season with Salford, he was exceptionally good. He was named in the League 2 team of the season. So Stockport get him and then brought him in and then brought in all other very good players, and then I think the favorite tag did not flatter them, and now they are going up to the to League 1. And not only that, yesterday they won again against North County. They won 5-2 that game, which meant now they are the champions of League 1. Of course, like I say, when it comes to these lower leagues like League 1, League 2, the most important thing is usually to gain that promotion and then go up. But of course, to have a trophy along the way is also very, very nice. And congratulations to Ibu Touray and Stockport County for winning the EFL League 2 title. And then of course Wrexham, who also have a remarkable season, considering they are coming from the National League last season. They just gained promotion into the EFL leagues, that is the professional league in England. That was last season that they gained that position, and then they have gained back-to-back promotion, and now they are going to League 1 from National League to the League 2, and now they are going straight to League 1, which is the third tier of English football. So congratulations to both Gambian fullbacks. They have had a remarkable season with their clubs. They have been very impactful, both of them. Unfortunately, they were not available for the games that they played. That was this weekend. Stockport won 2-0, and then Wrexham won 6-0 against MK Dons. Both Gambian players were not playing in those games because both of them were injured. But don't take anything away from them because they have been so impactful for these clubs over the course of the season in terms of their contributions to their club. You look at Ibu Adams, Ibu Touray. You look at Ibu Touray, he already scored 1 goal and created 9 assists. And 9 assists in the league. That is 10 goal involvement in the league. And then you look at Jacob, he has 7 goal involvement in the league, 2 goals and 5 assists. And they were starting regularly. Defensively, their teams were solid, whilst these Gambian fullbacks were, doing their thing also in the attacking third of the pitch. So congratulations to both Gambian fullbacks, Ibu Touray and Jacob Mendy, for gaining promotion. Ibu Touray for also being the champion of League 2. And I think he has been one of the best left backs in the league. I cannot, last season he was. I think he's also going to make it into the team of the season this season. Or they'll be vying for it between him and Jacob Mendy. Jacob, sometimes though, he was playing as a right fullback with his club because his club, they play like a 3-5-2 formation. Ibu Touray, sometimes they play more like a 4-4-2 formation, Stockport. But Wrexham, they play 3-5-2 with the fullbacks playing more like a winger, and that's why Jacob is always high up the pitch and stuff like that. Sometimes he's cutting from the right side and then using his favorite left foot to finish off his chances. He has scored a goal or 2 in that fashion. And elsewhere in League 2, Mo Fall, he cannot stop scoring. Mo Fall, the kid who is on loan from West Bromwich Albion, earlier was with Doncaster Rovers, did exceptionally well with Doncaster, and then moved to Walsall. Walsall, earlier he was not starting regularly. He was coming off the bench, but he was scoring. He was doing his thing when he came off the bench. In the weekend, he came off the bench to score a goal against Notts County when they play against Alassane Diatta. Notts County, Alassane Diatta was also involved in that game. And then this midweek, that was Tuesday, which was not supposed to be part of the weekend recap, but because we are recording on Wednesday, we have to include it. He scored again last night. He scored another very good goal. So back to back, he scored. Yesterday he started. Now he has 14 goals over the course of the season in his loan spell with Doncaster and Walsall over this season. 14 goals. So these are numbers that any striker will be very proud of, and especially if you consider that this is his first full year as a professional in the professional scene, because last time he was playing in the lower leagues. That was the national leagues and stuff like that. When you are talking about the EFL league, these are considered the professional leagues in England. That is the League 2, League 1, Championship, and then you go up. These are actually the actual ones. These are the places that you want to be when you play in England. These are the four divisions that you would wanna you would work, the four levels that you would wanna be playing in. So if you consider him in that level, this is the first. This is his breakthrough season, and then now he has 14 goals. 12 in the league, with 7 with Doncaster and the 5 with Walsall, and then he also scored a goal in the FA Cup and 1 in the EFL trophy. And he's doing exceptionally well. He has expressed his will to represent Gambia. I don't know what the country is doing in that regard in terms of trying to convince him, because I think he should have been with the under-20 at the under-20 World Cup, but that has passed. Now, now he has passed that age group. Now we are only talking about under-23 and all the national team squad. So, but with Gambia, we don't organize games, so it's difficult to know what they are even thinking about when it comes to these players if we don't organize games to give them the platform for them to represent the country. So yeah, but the kid is doing exceptionally well, and we are following him. Keep it going, Mofal. My man Al, he does his kid, So keep it up, man. Keep it up. Next we go to Turkey. Ali Sow, he also is hitting a very good form of late. In the last 3 games, he has scored a couple of goals and assisted 1. He has scored or assisted in each of these 3 games. Last weekend, he scored a very good goal. It should have been a brace, actually, but the other one was ruled out by VAR. That was one of the most bizarre VAR calls I've ever seen, or one of the most bizarre offside calls. It was offside, by the way. It's not like but it was bizarre because I could not understand, because the situation was the person who passed him the ball was in front of him, but the ball was behind the person, was behind the player. Let's say it like that. The player, when the player was passing the ball, his head or his upper body was in front of the ball. And then you look at Alisson coming, his foot was ahead of the ball. So if you look at it in the first instance, you will see, Alisson is behind the player. So it cannot be offside. That is the feeling you have. But then you have to take the key thing. The ball is the point of reference. The passing is not, the player is not the point of reference, but where the ball is positioned is the point of reference. And Alisson was slightly ahead of the ball, so that's why it was offside. But at first sight, definitely I could not tell if it was offside. I could not see the offside at first sight until I kind of analyzed it well. And then when you look at the VAR using the semi-automated technology to view it, you can understand exactly why it was offside. So you can check the goal. It's on on YouTube. What the beIN Sport Turkey, the Turkish beIN Sport page. They have the highlights of that game. But Alisson, he didn't stop there. He went on around the 65th minute, scored the goal that gave them the lead 2-1, and the game ended 3-1 for his club, Ankara Gucu. Ali is doing very, very well of late. 2 goals, like I say, and 1 assist in his last 3 games. And I think he was one man of the match for a couple of them, if you look at his football rating. Next in France, Metz also had a very crucial win this weekend. They won 2-1 against Lens. Germano did not play that game, but that game was very crucial for them because Metz they are in the relegation zone. They are currently 17 in the league, second to last, only ahead of 1 team in the league. And of course, 3 teams will be relegated, with 3 teams coming up. But if you look at the team in 15th place, that is the final spot to stay in the league. That is Le Havre. Le Havre, they are 2 points ahead of Metz. So that win meant that Metz closed that gap to 2 points. And the important thing is this weekend it's Metz versus Le Havre, so it's going to be another very important game for Metz. So if they win that game, they will go ahead of Le Havre. But if Le Havre wins, Le Havre will be 5 points ahead of them. So it's a relegation decided kind of game because the season is almost reaching the end. And then if you look at the fixtures that Mets have until the end of the season, they are quite difficult. You will see they have Paris to play and other teams, some very difficult Lille, so some very difficult games to play. So this game is a very important game for them. They need to win this one against Le Havre, and hopefully our boy Jamano will be back in the team. He was back in the lineup last week, which was his first start, but unfortunately they lost the game, and then the coach rather decided to make some changes in the team, and that meant Jamano did not feature this week. And Adama Bojang was also back in the squad. He was injured, we remember. He was injured for a while. I think it was a knee issue with him. He has not hit the ground running still in France. It has been a difficult period for him. He started well with the youth team, scoring a lot of goals, and then when he was promoted to the first team, it was quite difficult for him. He was not getting the breakthrough. He was only getting few minutes, and he could not make a lot of impact with the amount of minutes that he was having during that period. Then he got the injury, which makes things even worse, and now he's back from the injury. He's back on the squad. Hopefully he will start getting those minutes, and then at least he will have an impact before the end of the season, so that next season he will kick on. It's not easy to turn into the professional scene, especially in the top 5 leagues in the world, because I think he's the first Gambian player who went from the Gambian first division straight into the top 5 leagues in the world. It's never easy to do that, to make that jump, make that step. That's why it is struggling. But there is hope for him, because we all know the potential that Adama Bojang have, and hopefully just a bit of luck that he needs, that spark, and then he will start flying. So that's what we are hoping for. Adama Bojang, is good to see him back in the squad, back in the bench, and hopefully he will start getting the minutes soon. And in Qatar, Yus is back. Yusuf Njai. We have not spoken about him for a while now, because of course he was not involved in goals, and Qatar, there was a period they were in break. There was a time he was not really having the hitting the forms that we will expect from him. But this weekend he was back. He's not weekend. It was last night. He was back. He played for Al Makia and they won the game 3-2. He scored 2 goals and created the other assist. So definitely he was man of the match for that one. He was so impactful in that game, and over the last game that they played, he also created an assist. So in the last 2 games that Yusuf Njai has played, he has scored 2 goals and created 2 assists in 2 games. So it's good to see him getting that form back. And elsewhere in UAE, his neighbors Al Husseini Gassama, who is having an exceptional season there, with Diba Al Fujairah. He moved there, I think, recently. He now scored 4 goals for them, but in total in the league he has scored 14 goals. Only 4 players in the league has scored more goals than Al Husseini Gassama. He's doing very well in the UAE, so we are keeping tabs on Al Husseini. Keep it up. In Bulgaria, Noha Sonko was back in the starting lineup for Ludogorets. Recently he was out of the squad, and people were worried about that. Why was he out of the squad? I was worried, but if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, Ludogorets are 11 points ahead of second place in the Bulgarian league. There is only one game left in the regular seasons to go before they have the relegation group and the championship group like they do in there. So it is quite very unlikely for any team to win the league against them. If the league was just gonna end after the round of games, then Ludogorets will win. But of course, in Bulgaria they have the system where at the end of the regular round of games, they will take the top 6 teams and the bottom 6 teams, and then create another league of their own there, and then they will play against each other. Then they will accumulate the points that they had earlier in the season, add it up to those points for them then to decide to who wins the league. I think it's left 5 games. After this, now they have 6 games to play. That is 18 games to play for, 18 points to play for. And then those 18 points, because they are already 11 points ahead of the second place. So in a way, like you will say, if they get 8 points out of 18 points they have to play for in their last 6 games, they will be the champions of the Bulgarian league. So maybe Noha Sonko, the coach, find it right to bench him, because he could rest him at that time and give some other fringe players some minutes, because Noha did not do anything wrong to be benched for the last 2 or 3 games prior to this game. So it could only be the coach wanted to rest him and then give some other fringe players some minutes. I cannot see a world where Ludogorets are not going to be the champions of the Bulgarian league. I cannot see that happening. So yeah, that was mainly the reason, I believe. And then in Latvia, Haruna Rasinjai made his debut for RFS. That was his senior debut. He came off the bench in their 5-0 win. Rashid played about 15 minutes in that game, about 18 minutes rather, in that game, which was very good to see because Haruna Rasinjai is a player that is quite important for the future of Gambian football. Because if you look at Gambian football, midfield-wise, that is the area we will always, highlight as the problem we have. We don't have enough midfielders. So for those midfielders that are coming through from the under-20, Haruna Rashid, Mohamedou Bajo, Mohamed Job, those three midfielders who had a very good tournament in the under-17, under-20, AFCON, and the World Cup, especially Mohamed, it was the World Cup where he had a very good tournament. It is very important for us to see them playing in these levels now because these are the future of Gambian football. And that midfield area is where, if Gambian football is going to, go to the next level, as long as the team is concerned, not anything outside the team, as long as the team is concerned. If the Gambian team is going to go to the next level, I think that midfield needs to improve immensely. So players like Haruna Rasinjai, there is a lot of hopes on them because of what they can do. He's young, he's built very well, he's very good footballer. So to see him making his professional debut is a massive thing. It has been long time coming because he has been at RFS for a while. He has played for their youth teams and all whatnot, but finally this weekend he made his professional debut. So congratulations to Haruna Rasinjai for making his debut for RFS, who also is the home of Alfousseni Diatta, who is currently still struggling with his knee injury that he got like a year or so ago. Hopefully he will be back soon. I was expecting to see him at the start of the season, but still we have not seen him. And finally, guys, we would like to talk about our star boy Yankuba Minteh. He was involved in Feyenoord's game in the weekend. 1-0 they won against Fortuna Sittard. Minteh played about 67 minutes, did his usual stuff, dribbles, completed the most dribbles in the game, won the most tackles in the game, won the most duels for Feyenoord in the game. So these are basic things. But then there was a lack of end product in his game in that one, because if you look at his pass accuracy, he completed only 9 of his 19 passes. He attempted 19 passes in the game. He only completed 9. So that is 47% pass accuracy, which for me is not good enough. It's not good enough. It should be much better. And then if you add to the fact that he did not create any chance, he created 0 chances in that game. So what were those 9 passes for, or those 19 passes for? They were just simple passes in the game. If you don't watch the game, you will not see it. But if you analyze it from a numbers point of view, if you don't create chance for a shooting opportunity, the passes are just making sideways pass or making a through ball or stuff like that. So it like. His passes is kind of a worry in his game. But again, like I say, he's young. He can improve on that aspect of his game. And sometimes it is good clicking well. Sometimes it's not clicking well. If you look at his data, if you analyze his data against other players in his role, it's always that push, that passing accuracy, that where you will see that he is kind of he is not at the level that you would expect him to be. But yeah, he's our star boy, and the big headline about him this weekend was not about that game. They won the game anyways, and he did his stuff, and he was not at his best, let's say it like that, but he did his stuff in the game. He did his contribution in the game. They won the game, so great. But the big headline about him this weekend was he has been nominated for the European Golden Boy Award, which is massive, right? He's only the 4th Gambian player ever to be nominated for this award. Musa Barrow was nominated back in 2017 or something. Musa Juara was nominated, I think 19 or 18, 2020 or 2019, and then Ibrahim Adabo was the most recent nominee for that award. Of course, none of them have won it, but at least to gain that recognition, to gain that nomination, I think is big for Gambian football. I'm not surprised by any stretch of imagination that Yankuba Minteh is nominated for this, by the way. I'm happy that he is nominated, but if they did not nominate him, I will be shocked. That is how good the kid is right now, right? If they did not nominate him, I would be shocked that why is he not there? And even the position that they put him in right now, in terms of his golden boy, benchmark rating, I'm not happy with it because I see some players higher up the ranks that I believe Yankuba Minteh is doing way better than. So I'm not like wow. But for him to gain this nomination is a massive thing, because this award is given to the best under 21 player playing in Europe. So all the under 21 players playing around Europe, they are nominated. 100 of them are nominated, and Yankuba Minteh at the moment, he is his benchmark rating is ranked him at 21st. Some interesting names are there. Lamine Yamal is currently leading that one. There's a lot of hype going on around that kid, and rightly so. He's a very good player. And then you look at Kobe Mainoo at Man United. He is in that. This Garnacho, Alejandro Garnacho is there. Bobby Clark at Liverpool is also nominated in that one. I think Yankuba Minteh is second in the ranking in terms of African players. There is a Moroccan player who is just ranked up ahead of him. I think they actually have the same race score when it comes to the benchmark rating. So yeah, it is big to see a Gambian player again, because this is what we want to see. This is how we Gambian football is going to progress. Just recently, I was listening to Ibrahima Sohna, a Gambian legend, one of the greatest servants of Gambian football. He was talking about Yankuba Minteh in his YouTube channel. He just recently launched his YouTube channel, Sohna Sports, on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, go to YouTube and check Sohna Sports on YouTube. His first video was actually about Yankuba Minteh, and that was recorded after Feyenoord played against Ajax recently. Yankuba Minteh was the star player in that game. He was absolutely in another level in that game. And then the player he was, Hato, the Ajax fullback, left back. Hato, he's also in the Golden Boy Awards. He is ranked around number 9, and Yankuba Minteh is ranked around number 21. But if you remember that game, that left back, I think he had a hell of a night that day, because everything Yankuba Minteh had on him. Every time Yankuba Minteh was on him, Yankuba Minteh was winning that battle. He won the dribble past him. He scored a couple of goals in that area, winning the ball high up the pitch against him. Yankuba Minteh was just exceptional in that game. So to see that kid high in the rankings is quite surprising. I did not know about him because Ajax this season, they have been an abysmal team, but he's one of the sparking lights in Ajax apparently, because of if he's that high in the ranking, I'm sure he must be doing something good for Ajax this season. So yeah, what Ibrahim Sana was saying about Yankuba Minteh, by the way, was he is a golden boy. We have a golden boy in our hands, and he is a Ballon d'Or potential winner. That's how he put it. He's a Ballon d'Or. I'm paraphrasing him, but he's saying that this boy has the potential to go to Ballon d'Or. And this is what we have been saying before. That is exactly what we are. This guy is a generational talent. As far as Gambian footballers are concerned, we have never seen a player with this potential and then having this opportunity to play at this level. So Yankuba Minteh is a generational talent. As fans, we have to enjoy it. We have to celebrate him, and then we have to hype it up, just like they will do in England when they will talk about Saka, when they will talk about Foden, when they will talk about Kobe Mainoo, when they will talk about any other player. They hype up their players. So if we don't hype Yankuba Minteh, who will? It's we the Gambians who need to hype our players. But at the same time, you can balance it up. You can still pray for these players to realize their potential, because I will admit that Yankuba Minteh is just at the doorstep of his career. He has not done anything yet. Understand? I absolutely agree with that. This is his second year as a professional footballer. His second professional season. Okay. He has not won anything, but there is a lot of potential that we see in him. And then if this potential is realized, then the sky is the limit for this boy. The sky is the limit. We need to enjoy that. And then when it comes to managing him and then keeping him grounded, because football is a short career, you have to give it your all until like 10 years, 15 years, that's it, your career is done, and then you have to think about something else. So in order to keep him grounded and then, make him understand these things about football, these principles, and then this important stuff, this, like taking your those are not for us. I'm not his advisor. I'm not his management team. He has an agent. He has a management team. He has a coach to take care of him. So these people are paid to make sure that this boy is grounded, this boy is playing well, this boy is at the highest level, health wise, this boy has like his food intake, everything is at the highest level. That is not for us. We are just here to enjoy what he is doing and celebrate it. Okay, and this, if it includes hyping him up, then so be it, guys. We have to do it. Understand? So let's enjoy what the boy is doing. Let's celebrate him. But again, like you people will always say, let's pray for him, because we in Gambia, we believe in this. We are a country with religion. We believe in things. So let's pray for him to fulfill what we see that this boy has potential of. So guys, that was it. It was your boy Chama, and this was the Scorpions weekend recap. It came a little bit late, guys, like I say, and I apologize for that. But nonetheless, the video is out. And if you enjoy this, if you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the Jollof Football Bantabai YouTube channel. It was your boy Chama, and I'm out, guys. Peace.